Hey, it's Andy. Lots been going on. I mentioned in my last video that I just posted like yesterday, that I got swim trunk, or not, swim tank thing, swim binder from Underworks. Um, I got, well, I didn't have a dress because, it's my school's like end of year celebration things, and we have two ceremonies that we have to go to. One is the graduation, and the other is like, I think it's called class day. One we have to wear like a white dress, and the other it doesn't matter, but we have to wear a dress. So they made a rule this year now that we can wear pants to class day, which I didn't know, and I don't think they really wanted people to know, but anywho, it's now allowed. And I had planned to borrow a dress from a friend, and that didn't really work out too well. Um, they didn't fit me properly, and then my teacher had to grab one from the costume room for me. So I was wearing like skin color tights, so that like I wouldn't have to shave my legs for an hour long ceremony. Um, and I had to wear the dress, and I had to wear shoes like ballet flats, and it was the most horrible thing ever because the dress was from like the 80s, and it was like floral print t-shirt sleeve, like down to my knees, like collar button all the way down the front. It was horrible, and I had to wear this ugly sweater, and it was disgusting. So I spent the first 45 minutes in it absolutely in tears. I couldn't do it. But after a while, I got distracted and wasn't focusing on the fact that I was wearing this nasty thing. Um, so once I stopped focusing on that, I felt a lot better. Um, but thinking back to when I used to do dance, um, I did all the different types of dance, but I did ballet for 10 years, and I really liked ballet. But once I got older and stopped having to wear the tutus everywhere, um, I wore like sweatpants and long pants because I didn't want to shave. Um, and I was kind of embarrassed that I didn't. But my teacher would always yell at me for not wearing like shorts or like the booty shorts that everyone else wears, so that she could see like if my feet were pointed the right way, if my knees were bent at the right point, because it's ballet and you need to do that. But so I thought back to that. I thought back to like in tap dances usually. Um, if it's an all girls, which is happens a lot. If it's an all girls class, they will have girls wear guys' clothes and like kind of goof around and tap around with like pigtails or something to make it obviously look like it's not like a girl trying to be a guy. It's a girl dancing as a guy to have like cute little partner dances and stuff. But I always wanted to do that and never got to, but I always wanted to. And just thinking back on how obvious it all is, and that I'd never realized until now that everyone says, "Oh, I've known since I was a kid. I've always worn pants. I hated dresses. I always cut my hair really short." I never did that. I was always more subtle in what I did, and I always kept to myself. So I can only figure it out myself. Like, I don't know. I always wore ponytail. I never wore my hair down until 8th grade, and it looked horrible. But I always had hair tied back, um, or in a long braid down my back. But yeah, it's that's this is just my reflecting on the fact that I think I do have childhood moments where I didn't feel like a girl, and that was my horrifying story. Like, it was the worst thing ever. My other trans friend, who's a little bit more femmy right now, or is more open to being femmy. He came over and was like, he came over and tried to calm me down, but it was really bad. And it didn't help that the dress looked absolutely ugly. But yeah. So there's my reflecting and kind of horrible story. Bye.